Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas. Coming up on this Access City Council program, a healthcare hero. We tell you why our very own Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem Lois Tarkanian received this very prestigious award. And we give you some crime prevention tips that could really save your life. The Councilwoman who represents Ward 1 and is our Mayor Pro Tem, I think you know who it is. Of course, it is Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem Lois Tarkanian. Welcome back to the show. How's everything in Ward 1?
Everything's pretty much the same, but going fast. Going fast. We have several new buildings that are coming in.
We have a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. We've did a lot of things in the community.
Yeah, since you've been on last. Excellent. You know Ward 1 very, very well, and so does your staff. But for those out there, you're not exactly sure where it's located. We're going to show you. It's the heart of the city. In fact, it's where the city began, right smack dab in it all right there. If you live in that area, work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas, and you're actually in Ward 1, which really encompasses everything from just west of the downtown and kind of ventures all the way out. You have a finger that goes all the way out into the northwest there. Yeah.
We do.
Good
right
stuff.
Where it all began.
Right.
The Springs Preserve is where it started.
Exactly.
And that's right inside our ward.
That's right. You recently participated in a program at the Texas Station back in August for Reinvent Schools. It was a kickoff to basically begin the program this year, right?
Yes, it absolutely was. And as you can see, gathered here are many people who worked in the re-event. And what they try to do, here are some of the dancing entertainment. I wasn't able to do that. But
you applauded, I know.
I did applaud. I applauded very loudly. And here we have Lisa Hibbler, who really organizes so much of this and does such an excellent job. And she works with the reInvent and directs what's happening there. Each table had a different group of people who work together. It's very important to have available for youngsters additional resources to complement or make up for resources they don't have at home.
Right, or at school.
Or at school, or even at school. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what, I think I'm giving a rallying cry right there. I said, where's the money from marijuana? I want it for the schools.
Yeah, you did.
We said it was for the, so I said it there at that meeting. And of course, they know we need that money, and they know that it was supposed to go there.
For sure.
But all those people work so hard to help those who are disadvantaged.
We focused on young people, kids, getting them prepared for pre-K, pre-kindergarten. We focus on before and after care programs. We focus on the schools that are underperforming to where we can support the community effort going to make sure the kids have enough to eat, that they have enough supplies. Because if they're successful in the classroom, they're going to be successful in life, which benefits the entire community. That's the strategy.
And we also concentrate and have help with medical help too, because you know some of those children don't have dental care. And you try and learn how to read as a 6-year-old and your teeth are really hurting you bad with cavities. We spot them, the faculty spots them, and then we get help for them.
Well, it's a great program, and I know it's been a passion of yours. The mayor's, we've got a department here at the city called Youth Development and Social Innovation that really grew out of the passion that you and the mayor have, and really recognizing the need that our community needs to do more to help our schools be successful.
That's right.
It's come a long way. And
it's come a very long way, and it's come rapidly, and I give that credit to Lisa Hibbler. She really has done a fantastic job with that.
Yeah. Councilwoman, shift gears here a little bit. You recently received quite an honor. This is a big deal. The city tweeted this out. Mayor Pro Tem Tarkanian recognizes some local casinos for contributing years of public service to Ward 1. Part of what they did is they were sponsors of this event, Healthcare Hero, of which you were one of the recipients this year. I think there's only 3 people each year that are recognized for making a contribution to healthcare in the community, and you were one of them this time around.
Oh, there we see Scott Adams.
Yeah, our city manager.
And
there you are.
And there I am speaking. And basically, I think I felt very honored, and I felt this was given to me for work I've done with the medical school.
Yeah.
We've worked very hard on that, and they gave every recipient their picture on the cover of the magazine.
Yeah. Well, it's really nice because each of you represented a different area, a different segment of the community.
That's right.
And that's how it works each year. And as you said, Councilwoman, you were recognized for all the work you've done in the Las Vegas Medical District,
right,
which is where the medical school, the new medical school, is located, and
right,
where the new building will be located as
absolutely,
well. It's in your ward.
Right.
And it's where the Ruvo Center is also located in the medical district. So it's really what we're trying to create, and this is one of your visions.
It's been one of my visions and one of my hopes here, that this will reach full fruition and that we're going to have one of the finest medical schools in the country here. Yeah. And that's what I hope, because we deserve it.
Yeah,
Las Vegas deserve it.
Well, you've talked about that in other cities. Houston, their medical schools spawned an entire medical complex all around it. And I think the dream is that we see something like that in Las Vegas. We've talked about this, where in the past people felt like if they needed to get good medical attention, they needed to go to California or to Phoenix, to the Mayo Clinic. But what we're trying to do is attract good medical care so that people can stay right here in Las Vegas.
We wanted to get the best students possible, and they were given free tuition by the generosity of individuals within the community. And I believe this is the third year, and they're still giving free. And
now imagine that you're a medical student, you get out of medical school with no debt because your tuition's been paid. Wow!
And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing. So we got some who had attended Duke or Stanford, but who came to us for this medical training. Excellent students, and Dean Barbara Atkinson has been in charge of it. She's totally amazing. In the very first year, we got our accreditation, the only school in the United States that got their accreditation and their first application.
We've had her on this program together with you and with me, and we've really enjoyed talking.
And as I talk with the youngsters, I find out how much they appreciate the school, how excited they are with it. And we're going to get, it isn't that we don't have good doctors here in Vegas, we don't have enough, and we don't have some in certain specialty. Liver specialty, we don't have very many.
For example, yeah, right.
Yeah, and immune diseases, we don't have enough.
Right.
Things like that.
Right. And that's what we're trying to fix. Hopefully the medical district will be a nice collection point for all these things.
Right, and
bring it all together.
I was just thinking, I have a son who received a transplant, a kidney transplant. You wait 3 years, and at the end of the third year, you're getting a little nervous. Is he going to get it? Is he not? How long can he keep up with his dialysis? And all the families that were similar, that they need a transplant the same way. We need to have more emphasis on that, so that our people here in Vegas have a place to go where there's more availability of transplants.
Yeah.
And that'll be another thing we'll have.
Councilwoman, your vision's already coming to fruition in many ways. Back on August 16th, some of the UNLV medical students toured around the community, including the Mirabelli Community Center, which is in your ward. And explain this to me. The idea was to get to know the community better so they can better serve their patients.
That's what it was. They were given as an assignment to go out, all of the students were given the assignment of going out into the community and learning what the community was like, they were supposed to study. What needs did it have? What was the age range? What were some of the ways they thought they would be able to help them? And I will tell you, these students were sharp. They look very young to me.
They do. They're all going to be doctors here shortly.
I know.
Yeah.
And they really had an interest, and they asked excellent questions. I was very, very impressed. And these youngsters, I should say young men and women, are part of our first medical class out of our UNLV medical school.
They'll be among the first to graduate.
That's
and again,
right.
As Councilwoman mentioned, their tuition covered. It's a great program at UNLV to attract the best and the brightest from all around the country. They offered free tuition to these students in the first few classes to attract them, and boy, it's really paid off.
It has, and the students are doing well. I'm just very happy that we were able to do it so quickly and to get such high results.
Yeah. We should also say, too, that as part of that commitment, the students have also said that they would stay here in Nevada to some degree.
Yes.
And practice here in this state.
Well, this is our hope. Our hope is if they do their undergraduate work here and spend some time, they'll learn what a great place Las Vegas is in which to live.
Yeah.
And if they learn that, they're going to want to stay.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we all benefit.
Yes,
yeah.
we all benefit.
Good stuff.
Right.
All right. Councilwoman, I love this. Recently, the Southern Nevada chapter of the Commercial Real Estate Association had a panel discussion down at the Orleans, and it was all the power brokers, the mayors and mayor pro tems of the cities. You represented the city of Las Vegas at this, but we also had John Lee from North Las Vegas was out there, Deborah Marsh from Henderson, and you were talking about basically the NAIOP is the parent organization. The idea here is what, Councilwoman, to help and stimulate and keep our real estate market going strong here. It's come a long way.
And to see how we can work together to keep our real estate market strong and fair and equal. And we had a good time. That was one of the best times I ever had. There were good jokes, great questions from the audience.
Outstanding. And I see they also contributed to St. Jude's Ranch to the tune of $20,000
they gave to St. Jude's Ranch. Yes, it's a fine group. They work hard. And it was really, really interesting.
Mayor Pro Tem, what are some of their concerns in the real estate? What were you hearing from that group that they felt like government could really help them?
Well, they were just from concerns about, questions came out about is the bubble going to burst? What is the city doing, or the North Las Vegas
or Henderson?
Henderson? What are you doing to help us so that the businesses come here so that we'll well, so whatever it is, it's working because I guess we're selling more homes nationally than any place else
again. And we're building new homes again.
Yes, so they were very pleased with how things are going now. And, the recession hurt us so much. And now we're coming back.
Yeah. So,
and now we're coming back, yes.
So the message is just keep us on the right track, government. Don't
well,
get us
and then
there
were certain bills that we passed and things like that, and they asked questions about just so they could have a better understanding. There wasn't anything caustic about it at all.
Good.
Everybody, knew that we were in this together and we were going to work together, and knew that the three of us on the panel represented entities that do work well with
That's good, because you think back a few years ago, Councilwoman, during the recession, the real estate market here was anything but good.
Oh,
and so when you're hearing from people in the real estate business that keep things going, that's huge. So we're obviously on a good track there.
We're doing well, and in fact, it's almost scary. I read the papers and I say, oh my gosh, I hope this keeps up. Oh my gosh,
we've had such a long period of recovery after the recession. It's like sooner or later there's going to be a dip, and we're just
the recession gave us such a big dip.
Yeah.
And now to have come out of it and be almost back where we were, it's really sort of exciting. But
we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. No
fingers crossed.
No more plunges like that. Not in our lifetime, anyway, for sure. Councilwoman, I love this. The city tweeted this out. Join Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian for a free showing of Despicable Me 3, free back-to-school supplies, raffles, and much more. This was back on August 9th. You're out at Charleston Heights. And folks, you got to look at this.
Look at the line that they had there.
This is, these folks are getting primed for school.
Christy Garnis does such a great job, making the packages and the awards things. And here they are. Do you want blue, pink, red? They have to make up their minds, and the parents are trying to help them. And we had so many that we ran out of backpacks, but we were able to get some bags that we put the supplies in, and that made it for the rest. But that was a very large auditorium room, and you can see this line. It wrapped all around the auditorium.
The kids are getting ready. Of course, now they're into school well over a month now.
Right, they are.
But that was when they were getting primed and ready to go. So, boy, that's quite a turnout, Council. That's a lot of backpacks. And I guess you gave every one of them away that night.
We gave every one away. And also we had many business entities that were there that gave them things to help with them at school. Companies, that wanted to let them know how they could help.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we were part of the room, but they were part of they encircled about 2/3 of the room, and we a third.
That's great. That's great. Councilwoman, you have some events coming up that we want to tell everybody about, and then we're going to bring in some special guests. But in the meantime, we have a movie in the park coming up on September 14th. I know some of you will see this after the fact, as the way the show airs over the course of a week, but hopefully many of you are seeing this ahead of time. But on Friday, September 14th, 6 o'clock at Bill Brewer Park, it's this final Star Wars movie, at least the last one out, The Last Jedi. Hey, it's free. out at Bill Brewer Park, and we're going to do it around 6 o'clock that night.
It'd be nice if you haven't been to the park too to see how we have renovated it. You know, we started a long time ago. We didn't have monies to do it all at once, but gradually we built it up. It's beautiful, and the trees there's just so many good trees there. They're all not planted. I mean, they're all planted, but they're not all fully grown yet. When they're fully grown, they're just going to be gorgeous.
I know that's been something you've been working on, getting that park spruced up.
Since we got it now. The Brewer family should be, you know, it's named after the former mayor.
Yeah, former mayor.
And they should be very proud of it.
Good. That's what we want to hear. So, and if you miss the movie about The Last Jedi, don't worry. The last Star Wars movie, don't sweat it, because we have another movie in the park coming. This one is going to be on October 12th at Bob Baskin Park. It's a rededication out there of that park, and this is Hotel Transylvania 3. Again, that's going to be Friday, October 12th, 6:30 at, again, Bob Baskin. That's out on West Oakey there. And this should be nice. The weather by that time of year in October, it's the nicest month weather-wise here.
October is one of the very, very best months. And we also, I think our people did such a great job on the renovation of these parks. You know, we're an older ward, so our parks have been there for a while, and we don't get much tax money because we don't have many new big buildings coming. But we saved up for about a few years, and now we've used it to renovate the park, so they should be in really great shape. Yeah.
Come out and check it out. Have a good time. In addition to the movie, we'll have free popcorn, water, that kind of thing. So come out and enjoy it. And again,
it's really nice.
Yeah. When I saw Last Jedi, I had to pay, so this is free. So
yes, absolutely free.
So,
free
good stuff. And then, Councilwoman, you posted this on Facebook. You said, mark your calendars for National Night Out in Ward 1. This is going to be coming up on October 2nd, the first Tuesday in October. National Night Out. It's going to be at the Meadows Mall. Now, there's a safety walk associated with this, too, right?
Yes, we're having a safety walk. Metro's going to be with us. The school police are going to be with us. And we're going to walk from Rotary Park to the Meadows Mall. And that begins at 5 o'clock at the park, which is at 901 Henson Street. It's one of the National Night Out celebrations.
Those will be taking place across the city. National Night Out in many places is the first Tuesday in August, but in states like ours, Florida, the South, it's pretty hot in August.
Yes.
So in those states, we'll do also a National Night Out on the first Tuesday in October because the weather is a little cooler.
Right, we have to make it a little later. I don't think we would have survived
that when
walk.
It was 107, right, or 10.
It was 110 at the time.
I think probably was.
Yeah.
So come on out that night. It's a great way to interact with all the first responders that serve your neighborhood and your neighbors too. Find out, meet them, and the
policemen will show you their cars and their police cars, and the firemen will be there. And it's just a fun night. We'll have refreshments, and the Meadows Mall is welcoming us there.
Absolutely. So that'll be on October 2nd. And then we want to tell everybody too, Councilwoman, we're having a workshop on October 10th about YNAP. And our YNAP program is where we provide grants for different community projects. And sometimes people are a little confused at how the application process works. The applications aren't due until the end of October, but we're having a workshop on Wednesday, October 10th at 5:30 to 6:30 here at City Hall, 495 South Main, to help people navigate the application if they're not familiar. We encourage you to, to bring your laptop, bring your iPad, and we'll help you get the application filled out.
Help you get it in before the 31st, absolutely.
You've had some wonderful projects in Ward 1 from the YNAP program where the city will match funds. They'll match whatever you bring to the table, whether it's in-kind work or cash contributions. The city will match so that you can further the project and complete it.
Absolutely, and I want the audience to know that they match where if you spend time calling up people or organizing or meeting, that's part of your contribution. That's part of what counts towards your half, and it doesn't take long for that to build up. And I think that we've had some great...
You have beautification projects, art projects, been great. So it's that time of year again, folks. Well, Councilwoman, we need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we give you some crime prevention tips to keep your family safe and to protect your property. That's next, so please stay with us.
Here in parking enforcement, we often hear, but I didn't know it was a violation. So we like to clear some of the confusion over the most misunderstood regulations. You're not allowed to park an RV in front of your home unless you get a permit from the City of Las Vegas. And then it can only be there for 48 hours for cleaning, maintenance, loading, and unloading. If you do, you're subject to a ticket and a fine. So now you know. For more information, call 702-229-4700.
Welcome back, everyone. Unfortunately, crime happens every day, and the best prevention is to be aware and prepared. Today we have with us Omar Lopez, who is a crime prevention specialist with the Metropolitan Police Department, and Sergeant Joshua Stark, who is in charge of the community-oriented policing aspect for Metro out of the Bolden Area Command. And great to have you both on the program today. You guys are true subject matter experts. We're so happy to have you here. And Councilwoman, I know this is something that you really wanted to talk about because every ward, no matter where you live in the city, sees crime every day of some type.
Exactly. And the residents feel it's getting greater and greater, and I know Metro's trying very hard in every way they can, and sometimes if we listen to the specialists from Metro, it gives us an idea of how we can better protect ourselves,
right, for sure,
so we don't get into have any problems in the first place, or if we do, how to get out of them.
Yeah, absolutely true, absolutely. Joshua, I'd like to start with you, Sergeant Stark. You are with community-oriented policing. That's a term that we're familiar with here at the city, but for the viewers out there, explain what community-oriented policing means and why it's been so successful for us here in Las Vegas.
So our main focus in my unit and in the 9 area commands around the metropolitan area here in Las Vegas, each area command has a COP team, community-oriented policing, we call it COP. And what our job is to engage the community and really just be out there with them. We take part of events, we run events, a lot of stuff with the kids, we talk at schools, really just be there for them when they have any kind of concern. And we don't do any enforcement action. We are there to partner with the community and just to show them that the police department cares.
You form relationships, the people know who you are, you know who they are, they talk about the issues they have within the community, you talk about what Metro can do to help solve those issues. And it creates a relationship between the community and the police that has really been wonderful, because you compare Las Vegas to other cities that have seen a lot of tension over the last several years, and we just don't have those situations here in Las Vegas, mainly I think because of the efforts of what you're doing.
Well, I thank you, and I truly believe my department is extremely proactive in community engagement. We've always tried to be transparent in everything we do, and it's really that organic contact, that we're not just talking about it on social media, but we're out there at your house, we'll talk to you about it, wherever you feel comfortable, coffee with a cop, whatever it is, you know, you can always approach us, and we're a very approachable department.
Absolutely. And part of that, Omar, goes with what you do, is helping people be proactive themselves to prevent them from being a victim of crime. What can I do to keep my family, my house, my property safe? And I know this is something near and dear to Councilwoman, because it seems like the criminals get more creative year after year. There's always something that somebody's come up with to try to, you know, to pull the wool over your eyes. So, Omar, one of the things we've seen lately, people breaking into cars and using the garage door opener, the thing where people knock on the door to see if you're home. We were talking about that earlier. In the past, it was like, oh, just don't let anybody know you're here, just stay behind the door. That's not probably the best way to handle it these days, is it?
No, as a little kid, it was like, if someone knocks, don't answer, they'll go away after a little bit. But now, if somebody's knocking the door, nobody answers, they're like, okay, there's nobody in this house, I can break in. So you always have to give a response. You don't have to open the door, but at least give a response to show somebody that there's somebody at the house.
Yeah. Omar, what is the single biggest thing, or what are a couple single big things, that people should really be doing to protect themselves, their home, and themselves every day?
A simple thing is actually locking your doors. You'd be surprised, a lot of people won't lock their doors, they leave their windows open, even the cars, people leave those unlocked. So a lot of times we get a call, it's like, hey, they broke into my car, they broke into the house, but it was unlocked.
Wow.
So it's a really simple thing, but it's something really important to remember. Lock these things so they don't have access.
Wow. What else? What is other really important thing? If you could just say, everybody, please start doing this. Lock your car, lock your house. What else?
So your house is sort of like a castle. So you want to do the same thing. You can, a castle, they added moats, they put towers, they do these things. So you can do the same to your castle. So you want to add lots of lighting. That's a very important thing. You're making it less of a target. So let's say a thief wants to get into a house. There's one that's really dark and one that's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Got to go with the dark one, right? Yeah,
they're going to go with the dark one. So you want to have that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
You can make sure it's a white light, LED lighting. It'll save you energy costs, but it's also really nice and bright. You can do things like put 3 to 4 inch screws in your door. If someone's trying to kick your door open,
Pretty tough.
you'd be surprised. A lot of people only have maybe a 1/2 inch screw in there. It's something really small, and they're super cheap, a few cents at a home store.
Just a bigger screw. Good stuff.
Yeah, you can actually, the Victoria Police Department has a video on YouTube, and it shows you the difference in door kicks with the smaller screws and the long screws, and you'd be surprised.
Wow.
It's an amazing difference for just a few cents.
Wow. Good advice. Sergeant Stark, I know Councilwoman always wants to hear tips from you guys that are out patrolling the streets as well. Anything you want to add that in your years of experience, what are some things that people ought to be doing starting right now to protect themselves and their families?
I just want to expand a little bit on what Omar said. I challenge all of your viewers right now watching this show that when they're done watching this show, go get a Phillips head screwdriver, drill, whatever it is, go to the little bracket on your door and pull the screw, just pull one out and see how short it is, and you will be so surprised to see the tiny little screw that's there. And it's an extreme difference. A lot of things that I can recommend that I know, some things are very costly. Security doors, they are an amazing feature because you can open your door, but they can't see in, and they can't come through that door unless they have some
And
tools.
they're not all that expensive either, Sergeant.
No,
Yeah.
Home Depot, Lowe's, they're a couple $100.
Exactly. And sometimes you get them on sale for less than that.
Yes. I mean, there's things we can, like security tint. I don't know, you've probably heard of that, where it costs a little more costly, but it prevents your windows from being shattered.
Security tents, are those the ones that come down, like roll?
No, like the Rollado shutters, that's a big deal. Those are the big metal. What I'm talking about is security film. There's actually a film, some tinted, some not, but they put it on the glass, and you can't even see it. But then when you throw a brick at the glass, it doesn't shatter anymore. It holds it together.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's good
Where
stuff.
do you get that?
Yeah, that's right. Well, listen, gentlemen, we could talk all day. You both have been great. These are simple things that people can jump on. I know this is the kind of thing that I think the main thing is we want people's wheels turning about how they can be more aware. And I think that's one of the things that you guys always talk about as well. But thank you so much for being on the show. I know Metro always has great resources on their website, lvmpd.com. They'll share a lot of this information there with you as well. But,
And I think also if you shared with us, if you could send us in writing some of the things you think we should re-emphasize to everybody, we'll send it out in our newsletter.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
that it'll be
Happy to
sent.
do it.
We have an email newsletter, and we'll send that out so everybody will have that. We try to get the tips from things that you've put other places, but you may have other ones. For example, the film, I never heard of that before.
Yeah,
on
good
window.
stuff. All right.
Even when people go to our Facebook, Twitter, Bolden Area Command, we put lots of stuff on there every day.
Yeah. Well, folks, we're out of time. I'm sorry about that, but we want to tell everybody out there we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Mayor Pro Tem Tarkanian, you can find her on Facebook. And if you leave a comment, we may use your post on our next show. You can also contact her just by picking up the phone, 229-6405, or send her an email at ltarkanian@lasvegasnevada.gov. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sergeant Stark, Omar Lopez, thank you so
And
much
thanks
for
for
being
all
on the show.
you
Yeah.
do, helping us in the
Thank you,
community.
Councilwoman.
I
Thank you.
really appreciate it.
See you back here in 6 weeks then.
See you back in 6
all right.
weeks.
I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Access City Council. Don't miss our next show beginning on September 20th with Councilman Bob Coffin. Don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.